the crossbar. And the Giants flips off the goal team.
A switch to left field and down for a base hit.
Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Off the deflection. Off the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
Hello folks and welcome to Hunterdon Central Television, and today in boys soccer it is the Hunterdon Warren Sussex Tournament semifinals as the Hunterdon Central Red Devils will be going up against the Voorhees Vikings. Hunterdon Central coming into this game with a record of 10-2, Voorhees coming into this game with a record of 9-1-2. Central coming off a win against Newton 4-0, Voorhees coming off a win against Sparta 3-1. I'm Brad Romano alongside Callan. Now Callan, this is interesting because both of these teams faced each other in the semifinals last year in these exact same tournament.
Yeah, last year it was a 4-1 win for Hunterdon Central. It was a pretty dominant win, as I could remember. We kept possession very well, and I feel like today, if Hunterdon Central bring their best, they could do the same here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very interesting game. Some key players to look out for Hunterdon Central: Matt Davis, Thomas Charbel, Marco Cantanzra, and Zach Perrin. Some key players for Voorhees: Alessio DeAngelis, Dylan Devine, Brandon Mulrooney, and Devin Tuvey. Now, Alessio DeAngelis for Voorhees could be a very interesting player because he's got 13 goals on the season.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's averaging more than a goal a game, and if he can keep up that hot streak, then Hunterdon Central is going to have a lot of goal-scoring prowess on their hands.
Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting matchup right there to see if Central can handle him. But whoever wins this will advance to the finals of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex Tournament.
And for Hunterdon Central, they have the lineup: Sam Fried in goal, Pedro Menendez at left back, Michael Pesha, Luke, and then we have Luke Christensen at right back, and Zach Perron, Fran Perez, and Simon Fowler in the midfield. Matthew Davis at left wing, Michael Catin's in the right wing, and we have Owen Mayrides with a start as he scored in the last two games. And as we start off, we have Luke Christensen at right back, controlling the ball. Going to play it into the stride of Michael Catan's right, just a little bit too far. Like I said before, Owen Mayride's not starting this game, and Matthew Davis off a hot game against Newton in the quarterfinals of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. Let's see if we can keep it up. Goalkeeper for Voorhees is the sophomore Devin Tuvey. He goes long with the goal kick. Voorhees looking to get back after Hunterdon Central knocked him out of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex in this exact same scenario, playing away at Hunterdon Central in the semifinals. Pesha on the ball here, looking to take it up the field. Hunterdon Central, as we've seen all season, not afraid to play with the ball out of the back, keeping possession. Zerniak on the ball, trying to go over the top, trying to find Matthew Davis, unable to do so. Alex Hain playing the number 9. He had 2 great games leading up to this semifinal. And here comes Voorhees coming down the left wing. Getting past Simon Fayala, and a good tackle by Lucas Zerniak. Recovering there, tapping it out for a corner kick.
Yeah, that was Alessio DeAngelis, and you saw how quick he was all the way down. They're going to have to watch out for him in this game.
Like you mentioned before, 13 goals in the season. That's more than a goal a game. You know he's very impactful for Voorhees. Let's see if he can keep it up. In swinger off the corner. Sam Fried setting up the defense. Good service. Headed back post. Flicked on target. Shot towards goal, and that's a first save for Sam Fried.
Saved there by Sam Fried. Sam Fried's been a very good goalie for Central all season. He continues in this game with his first save.
Central playing out of the back as they've done all season. Luke Christensen on the ball. Going to play it back to Lucas Zerniak. Pesha on the left side. It's going to keep possession here. Fran Perez playing center defensive mid today. Number 10 for Hunterdon Central. He's going to try to clip it over the top for Pedro Menendez. He has pace. Wins Hunterdon Central a throw-in in the attacking third on the near side. Matthew Davis trying to keep Hunterdon Central with the ball as he plays it to Michael Pesha. Lucas Zerniak finding Luke Christensen on the far side. He's going to whip it into the box. Cross a little bit low. Good flick on by someone Fayella. Alex Hain trying to keep possession of the ball. Does a good job to win another throw in for Hunterdon Central. It's not often you see Hunterdon Central not get the first shot on goal, but hopefully that will be a wake-up call for him as Matthew Davis tries to send it into the box. Unable to do so, and that's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, Matthew Davis, phenomenal player for the Hunterdon Central Red Devils this year, scoring many goals and being a great player all around. And he looks to continue to do that in this game today.
Voorhees, their sophomore goalkeeper, taking the goal kick. Finds their center attacking mid. Pedro Menendez now for Central. Is going to keep the ball, playing it back to Sam Fried. Lucas Zerniak, once again, just keeping the ball, possessing it for Hunterdon Central. Playing Luke Christensen in. A good flick on by Alex Hain. 1-2 on the right wing with him and Michael Catanzarite. Good battle from Hunterdon Central, but that's going to be a foul. Little unlucky on Michael Catanzarite. It seemed like a good 50-50 battle, just ref called it Voorhees' way. Hunterdon Central, in their last 5 games, they had a win against Newton in the quarterfinal. 1-0 win versus Randolph, which was Alex Hain scoring the winning goal. He's starting at number 9 today. He scored in the first half, and Hunterdon Central fought it out with that 1-0 win. But before that, they played Ridge, which ended up being a 2-1 win. And their second loss of the season came before that to Pingree, which has been the only team they have lost to all season. A 5-4 thriller here at home, and then a 3-0 loss away at Pingree. And before that, they had a 5-1 win against Gill St. Bernard, an absolute demanding performance from them.
Yeah, and speaking of Alex Hain, he's had quite the story, starting on JV on the season, playing really well, getting called up to varsity. And in one of his first varsity games, he scores the game-winning goal, then scores a goal the next game. It's been quite the ride for him.
Yeah, we had him up for an interview last game, and he told us a little bit about his experience. If you guys want to watch that, we have the Newton quarterfinal game on Hunterdon Central TV YouTube. And Voorhees now with a throw-in their defensive third on the near side. Good header by Matthew Davis. Alex Hain trying to hold it up. Davis trying to win it back. Alex Hain doing a good job to just win a throw-in for Hunterdon Central. Davis takes it quick, trying to find Michael Catanzarite. And it goes all the way back to the keeper, Devin Tuvey, the sophomore. As I saw Voorhees warming up, it seemed like he was the only goalkeeper on the roster today. Good goal kick from him. Challenges Pesha. He heads it onto Simon Fayala, playing it on to Luke Christensen. A good ball from him. Finding Catanzarite on the right wing. Slips in Luke Christensen again, a little bit behind him there. Central is looking to keep the ball now. Doing a good job at pushing Voorhees' defense back into their own defensive third. Zerniak connecting with Luke Christensen again, making a run up the right wing here. Trying to send it in the box, finds Catanzarite. He turns in his defender. In the right wing now, trying to connect with Luke Christensen, unable to do so. Central lose possession. Voorhees, nobody up to really start a counterattack. Central win it back. Fran Perez. It's going to take his time. Taking it up the field. Voorhees looking like they're setting a low block. Just trying to wait for Hunterdon Central to make a mistake as they come into their own half. Perrin now playing Catanzarite into the box. Attempted to play across the 6, and that's cut out by the Voorhees defense. And that is a corner for Hunterdon Central. Simon Fayal going to leave it for Matthew Davis, captain for Hunterdon Central. He's going to take it with his left foot on the in-swinger. Good service, back post. Keeper claims it. Good job by Devin Tuvey.
Yeah, Devin Tuvey, nice grab there. And Devin Tuvey, only being a sophomore, has got 2 years left in high school after this. Definitely a bright future for that man on this team.
He's already a captain. You can see the armband on his left arm there. Good battle by Fran Perez. Just went it back for Hunterdon Central. Cerniak on the ball now. Trying to find Costanza, a good ball in at the feet of Alex Hain. Christensen wins it back. Just playing Simon Fiala. Hunterdon Central just keeping possession here. Trying to find the head of Matthew Davis. He tries to flick it on, unable to find Hunterdon Central player. Now Voorhees on the counterattack here. Good job by Lucas Cerniak to just body off number 10 for Voorhees. Alessio DeAngelis. Pesha now. Just keeping possession as Hunterdon Central very often does. Cerniak a little bit frustrated with the lack of movement in the midfield there, but Alex Hain doing a good job to win it back for Hunterdon Central. He's playing Simon Fiala on the right wing. He's going to send it into the box. Nobody making a back post run. Good service from Simon there, but unable to find the head of a Hunterdon Central player. Our first substitute of the game coming for Voorhees.
Yeah, it looks like Raul Ventura came out. Number 4.
Might have been an injury. I saw him walking off a little bit gingerly. Costanza right now on the right wing. Playing in Zach Perrin. The 1-2 with Alex Hain. Taking on with his left foot. Shot on target. Good save by Matty Tuvey.
Yeah, another good save by Devin Tuvey. If he can keep getting these clutch saves, it'll be an interesting game.
Tuvey opting for the punt. Testing Pesha. Cerniak now going for the long ball, trying to find the head of Matthew Davis. Does so. Davis trying to find Alex Hain. Alex Hain trying to head it back for Fran Perez. Unable to find the foot of our central player. Cerniak is going to play Luke Christensen. He has loads of space on the right side. Looking to play it over the top for Matthew Davis again. Matthew Davis, really just a target man for Hunterdon Central here. It's a little bit different from what we've seen in the past from Hunterdon Central. It just seems like they're not as interested in playing in the midfield at the moment. Just trying to look for those long balls of Matthew Davis. Good ball into the box from Zach Perrin. Pedro Menendez putting pressure on the clearance, and that's going to be a Hunterdon Central throw-in. As a goalkeeper, I've actually trained with Devin Tuvey on Sunday nights at Modern Goalkeeper. Very good goalkeeper, in demand of his defense, as you can see here. Sorting it out on the throw-in. Pesha taking this one. A lot of high school teams out to go for the long throw-in. Let's see if he can get it here. Good service into the box. Good throw by Pesha there. The clearance scuffed, and that's going to be another Hunterdon Central throw-in.
Yeah, good defense by Voorhees to avoid any goal there, but they got to start getting some attack.
Hunterdon Central going to keep possession. Cerniak looking to switch to Luke Christensen on the right side. Costanza right. Trying to be the target man, holding up the defense. Unable to get on it, and now Hunterdon Central win it back in their own half. Like I mentioned before, Voorhees very comfortable to just sit back and defend, watching these long balls come over the top. Tuvey trying to come out and win that one, but it's going to be a goal kick regardless. Tuvey just going to line up for the goal kick here. Voorhees not looking very interested in playing out of the back at the moment. Long ball. Finding the foot of Fran Perez, trying to find Alex Hain. Pesha tracking back on defense. Trying to stop Alessio, the leading goal scorer for Voorhees. Good play by the right winger there from Voorhees, trying to get past 2. Finds the Voorhees center mid, but unable to get it back. That's a throw in for Voorhees. The near side in the midfield.
Yeah, it was number 7, Brandon Mulrooney, and number 10, of course, Alessio DeAngelis. Keep an eye out for those 2 players, as they are 2 very, very good players for Voorhees.
Throw in for Voorhees. Nothing coming out of that. Just finding the head of Matthew Davis, who heads it back out for another Voorhees throw-in. Hunterdon Central and Voorhees also meeting in this tournament in the final 2 years ago. That game ended in a score of 2-1. Hunterdon Central scoring twice in the first half. Voorhees scoring in the second half. After that, Hunterdon Central were just able to hold off and hang on to that 1-goal lead. As a part of that game, that atmosphere was electric. See if Hunterdon Central can bring it here tonight. Catan's right. Ball played in for him. Finds Alex Hain as he makes the run instead. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. A little bit too much on it.
Looks like we got a sub in for Voorhees here. It looks like number 14 came out for Voorhees. Colton Scher came out. Not sure who subbed in, but Colton Scher. Number 14 coming out of the game.
I think I might have seen number 11 or number 17 coming in from at left back. 17.
Number 17, Aiden Dorwart's coming in.
Ball into the box. Runner in Central. Stinging the gloves of Devin Tuvey again. He's going to wait for Alex Hain there. Devin Tuvey, time wasting a little bit. A little bit of a bizarre strategy to really see when the game's tied 0-0 in the first half. Someone fouled, trying to flick it into Matthew Davis. The spin on the ball, put it past him. Hunterdon Central doing a good job of just keeping possession there. Not forcing any passes they can't make. Pesha, bringing all the way to half field, going to play Zach Perrin, who seems to step in as a number 6. Trying to facilitate something out of the back. Good 1-2. Luke Christensen playing it into the box. Tuvey scoops that one up. It was a good build-out play on the right wing from Hunterdon Central. The cross in the box just not squared back far enough and into the goalkeeper's hands. Yeah. Tuvey. Tuvey now playing that goal kick. Zerniak miscontrolled it. Good opportunity for Hunterdon Central to try to facilitate something there out of the back, but a missed chance by Lucas Zerniak to clean that one up, and now it's a Voorhees corner kick.
Yeah, Voorhees been very comfortable in defense, but we haven't seen a lot on attack. You know, of course, you've seen Alessio DeAngelis very heavy on the attack side, but no one really else, so maybe perhaps a chance here to get some momentum on attack.
In-swinger here for Voorhees. On target, Sam picks it up and scoops it. Good play by him. Dylan Devine, the corner taker for Voorhees on that far side. Unable to find the head of any of the Voorhees players making a run into the box. Zach Perrin now playing in that center defensive mid role. Making that run on the right wing now. Davis finds Zach Perrin again. Perrin to Luke Christensen. Simon Fayala playing it back to Zerniak. Central. He's playing out of the box. We're trying to play into the box. Matthew Davis. Good ball to find him. The clearance from the Voorhees defender scuffed. Finding the feet of Simon Fayala. Now Catan's right. Holding up the ball on the top of the box. Gets past one. Tries to get the shot off. Blocked by number 24 on Voorhees.
Yep, once again, good defense by Voorhees. They've been very good defense all around. You know, been very comfortable.
Voorhees. Once again, they're playing that low block, which means Hunterdon Central don't really have an opportunity to play a through ball into the box, which they've been so lethal with all season. Instead, they're having to find their number 9 facing away from goal. Either Catanzarite, Hayne, or Matthew Davis. Now Catanzarite playing Alex Hayne on the left wing here. Doing a good job to win a throw-in for Hunterdon Central. Pesha most likely going to go for that long throw-in again. Hunterdon Central setting up for it now. Pesha going for that long throw-in, testing the gloves of Tuvi. Unable to get it on the first time of asking, but cleans it up. Going for that counter-attack goal kick now, as he has done all game. Forcing Zerniak to readjust here. Does a good job and plays Luke Christensen now on the right side here. Samafail trying to win it back for Hunterdon Central. Voorhees in the midfield. Number 4 for Voorhees. Trying to get something out of that attack. Unable to play into the stride of Alessia there.
Yep, and it is now just over 20 minutes left in the first half. If you were just tuning in, it is 0-0 in the Hunterdon Warriors Sussex semifinals.
Central definitely with the lion's share of possession, but no real clear-cut chances coming out of it so far. Pasha doing a good job to switch it over to Christensen. Perrin on the ball now. Going to send it into the box. Looking for Simon Fiala. Headed out by the Voorhees defense. And that's out for a throw-in. Pedro Menendez taking the throw-in on the left side here. 1-2 with Catanzarite. Keeping the ball in possession here. Pedro doing a good job at winning a corner kick there for Hunterdon Central. Zach Perron, the captain for Hunterdon Central, looking to either play short with Catanzarite or send this one in with the right foot. Perrin now. Looking to send this one in. Pedro Menendez floating back post. See if we can find him. Finding the head of Matthew Davis. Pedro keeps it in. Sends it back in the box. Just a little bit too much on it, and that's over for a goal kick. As a goalkeeper, you hate seeing those balls off a corner kick get put back into the box with those long looping crosses, but lucky for 2V, that one was over the crossbar. Goal kick. Trying to find number 7 on Voorhees. Does a good job to find the overlapping run from number 20. Dylan Devine. Voorhees now with a throw-in on the near side. I have to say the majority of this game has been played in Voorhees half, but Voorhees really trying to focus on those counter-attacking opportunities. Sam Freed coming out off the cross that was miscontrolled by number 10 Alessia. Alex Hayne trying to flick on Matthew Davis off the goal kick from Sam Freed. Excuse me, the punt. Zach Perron finding Matthew Davis on the right wing. Cutting it onto his left foot. Doing a good job to fend off the defender. A shot hitting off his plant foot just before he swings at it. Hunterdon Central keep possession though.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Davis just couldn't handle onto the ball. It's going to remain 0-0.
Zerniak just going to play Luke Christensen. Hunterdon Central just sitting so far deep into Voorhees half. Nothing coming out of it though. Alex Hayne going to play Zach Perrin on the right wing. Cutting it back to Luke Christensen. He's going to send the ball to Matthew Davis on top of the box. Davis to Fran. A little bit behind him. Forcing Hunterdon Central to readjust. The ball over top, trying to find Zach Perrin. Unable to find him. Now Voorhees. Just sitting back again as Hunterdon Central reclaim that ball. The clearance from number 13 on Voorhees. That's going to be out for a throw-in on the right side. Zerniak looking to send this one into the box. Trying to find Catanzarite. Takes a touch down. His second touch, it's a little bit too far from him, and that's cleared out by Voorhees. Looks like someone Fiala now. Dropping in at center back Sterniak at right back, Pesha center back, and Menendez staying at the left back. Now Sterniak dropping back in, Simon dropping back into that 6th position, the center defensive mid. It's good to see when we're pressing this high into Voorhees half that the center defensive mids and the center backs are switching in and out, giving an opportunity for Zerniak to really charge into the Voorhees half. Zerniak now sending a ball into the box, looking for Katanzarite. Instead, finds the glove of Tuvi.
Yeah, and for the entire game, basically, it's really just been all central on the attack side. Not really seeing a lot of Voorhees. Maybe in this later round of the first half, we can.
Now Zerniak getting tested by Alessio. Good body from Lucas Zerniak there. Michael Pesha now with acres of space, playing Zach Perrin. It's nice seeing the 3 midfielders just swapping in and out of dropping into the defensive half. Now Matthew Davis cutting it back on the inside. Katanzarite centers it, top of the box. Pedro Menendez, his touch off the blocked shot, just a little bit too far out. One of the best looks for Hunterdon Central. Now Voorhees, a 2v1 here with Alessio by himself. Pesha doing a great job to win back possession, finding Luke Christensen now, clearing out the danger for Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the Angels will take on a 2-on-1 there, but good defense by Pesha to stop it.
Perrin now, playing Fran Perez. Sending it back into the box. Now Menendez on the left wing. Unable to find anybody from Hunterdon Central. Now Zerniak just scooping up the clearance from Voorhees. When they get that initial ball off a missed pass from Hunterdon Central, it doesn't really look like they're trying to find anybody. Just trying to boot it along and hope that their leading goal scorer, Alessio, gets in the end of it. Zach Perrin turning on the ball. Finding Luke Christensen, playing right back for Hunterdon Central. He finds Simon Fayella. Ball to Fran. Fran playing Menendez on the left wing. Menendez playing it into the box. Unable to find a Central shirt. Fran doing a good job at winning the ball back for Hunterdon Central. Scrap in the midfield here. Fran, good job of getting a tip on the ball, and that's back in Hunterdon Central's possession as Zach Perron tries to slip in Matthew Davis. The first attempt at a clearance by Voorhees, unable to get it out. Now back in the box for Matthew Davis, but unable to find anybody.
It's now just under 15 minutes left in the first half. It's still a 0-0 game. And Colin, what have you seen from Hunterdon Central so far?
It's not their typical brand of soccer, I would say. Building out of the back is what they've been doing, but after they get it past that first line of offense from Voorhees, it looks like they've been trying to go long a lot more than they've used to or are used to doing. Maybe it's a new strategy with how Voorhees are setting up with their defensive line so far back, but let's see if they switch up anything going into the second half of the first half here. Simon Fayella trying to find one of the supporting runners. Tuvi, a little bit of a miscontrol there. Cleans it up and picks up the ball now. Hunterdon Central, they had substitutes coming in around a minute ago. German Jacinto coming in the midfield. And Owen Mayrides coming in at right back for Luke Christensen. That's a foul on Voorhees. And it looks like Alessio might have gotten subbed out for number 14 on Voorhees, Colin Shearer. He hasn't really been effective so far, Alessio. It seems like they might be going for a different approach. Zach Perrin now charging into the offensive half here. Number 14, Colin Shearer, sitting down Fran Perez. But Pedro Menendez doing a fantastic job at tracking back. Love to see that. Now German Jacinto's ball into the box, unable to find the run of Matthew Davis, but amazing effort by Pedro Menendez to track back there. Tuvi once again going long. Oh, Mayrides now with his first touches of the game as he's been subbed on for Luke Christensen. Now Alex Hain at top of the box, trying to find Matthew Davis, unable to do so. Voorhees looked to clear it out for number 14. Now Fran Perez. Playing Pedro Menendez. He's going to send that back into the box, looking for Matthew Davis. He holds it up. First touch a little bit too far out from him. Now Owen Mayrard's tracking down and wins a throw in for Hunterdon Central on the far side. Take it short. Perrin on the ball. Zerniak with so much time for being so far into their half. Pesha trying to send in the box for Matthew Davis. He flicks it on for Owen Mayrod's on the right wing. He's going to cut that back. Trying to slip in. Matthew Davis again. A vicious tackle, and that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, penalty. I can't really see the number. I think that might be number 24.
A great run by Matthew Davis into the box. Takes that first touch, and the defender from Voorhees just absolutely cleans him. He thought it wasn't a foul. He thought he got the ball first, but ref thought otherwise. And it looks like Zach Perrin is going to take this penalty kick for Hunterdon Central, the captain. Matty Tuvey, the sophomore, could be the hero here if he saves this. As a sophomore, that's what you dream of. Being brought up to the varsity level. Saving a penalty in a tournament match. Zach Perrin scores it.
Boom.
Convincing take. Great finish from Zach Perrin. Hunterdon Central up 1-0.
Yeah, great goal by Zach Perrin there, as he's been absolutely phenomenal for the Red Devils this season. And now with a 1-0 lead going in with 12 minutes in the first half, that could be a big momentum shift, as Voorhees has been very quiet on the attack, Alan.
Exactly. They've been setting such a low block on defense, just hoping that they can limit the chances for Hunterdon Central. But now that they're down by 1 goal, they have to attack now, so it's going to be interesting to see how they change their formation.
Yep, and it looks like Alan Hain is coming out for, I believe, Trent Morgante.
Alex Hain, unable to find a goal in this little stint of play he had. Scored 2 from 2 in the last few games. Now Alex Hain off for Trent Morgante. Trent Morgante scoring in the last game alongside Alex Hain. Actually off the assist of Alex Hain. Now Owen Mayrides trying to find Matthew Davis on the right wing. It's going to be interesting, like I said before, how Voorhees shift their style of play, because they sat so far back in the earlier stage of this half. But now down by a goal, they got to get something going on the attack, which they haven't really been able to do. Now Zach Perrin going to try to slip in Trent Morgante. He gets a shot off. Stings the glove of Devin Tuvey.
Yep, Devin Tuvey, good save there. He's going to be very good in this first half. Don't want to allow another goal going into the second half, and want to keep it 1-0.
Exactly. And as a goalkeeper on a penalty, there's not really much you can do. You can really only be the hero in that situation, but besides letting in that penalty goal, he's been absolutely phenomenal. Oh, Mayrides just going to keep possession here, finding Zerniak on defense. He's going to switch it over to Pesha. Pesha with acres of space here. He's going to opt to keep possession again. It's interesting seeing how far back Voorhees are still sitting.
Yeah, you know, with the 1-0 lead Central has, you would think they would change stuff up, but I guess not.
Maybe they're going to just continue how they're playing until halftime and then get a tactical change from there. Fran and Pesha just keeping possession here, just playing out of the back. Central completely comfortable with just playing this style of soccer. Owen Mayrides on the far side here, taking on the defender, but dribbling out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for Voorhees now.
And just over 10 minutes now, if you're just tuning in, Hunterdon Central leads Voorhees 1-0 in the semifinals of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournaments.
And if the script was to be rewritten from last year, there has to be 4 more goals in this competition. 5 total. Only 1 goal being scored so far in this game. Fran Perez taking it down in the center of the field here. Going to leave it for Lucas Zerniak. He tries to send the ball into the box for Trent Morgante. The idea was good. And Tuvey loses possession of the ball as he goes up for it. Ref calls no foul. Trent Morgante might have thought it was a foul. Stopped really running after that play. Now Owen Mayrod's doing good to keep possession, finding Lucas Zerniak in the back there after being put under pressure by Alessio. Pesha playing Zerniak. Zerniak finding Ferran Perez. In that center defensive mid role. German Jacinto just keeping possession as well. Perrin dropping in from center mid role. It just seems like there's so much fluidity between the positions of Hunter and Central and the back four, the three midfielders. Sometimes you can't really tell where anybody's playing because Zach Perrin drops in at right back, it seems like, leaving Owen Mayros to make runs into the box. And a ball sent in for Matthew Davis. He's unable to control it. It did rain in the warm-ups before this game, so the ball is a little bit slippery as it slides across the turf. Davis just going to play back to Zerniak again. Hunter and Central not really in a rush to find a second goal here. And a good idea sent into the box by Zerniak, but nobody able to get on the end of it, and that's a goal kick for Voorhees.
Yeah, what I'm noticing with Voorhees is, like you said, they're all just playing really back, but then you have Alessio DeAngelis, their star player with 13 goals, just kind of in the midfield where if the ball comes to their side, he'll be right there for it. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they'll switch up their play style going into the second half, Colin.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. I feel like Alessio is one of those players that will challenge a defense on a 1v1 situation, but both Michael Pesha and Zerniak are very strong in those situations, so it seems like there hasn't really been an opportunity for Voorhees to find Alessio there.
Yeah, and when you have Pesha and Zerniak right there being able to stop Alessio DeAngelis, so you have to think that Voorhees would maybe bring someone else out like Brendan Mulrooney, one of their star players, but nonetheless, they're still playing that laid-back defense.
Looks like Voorhees going to offer goalkeeper Tuvi to take this. Send it into the box. Sam's going to claim this one. Good work from him.
Good save by Sam Fried. Sam Fried, but very quiet today. It's not a lot of goal attempts by Voorhees, but good save there nonetheless.
Exactly, and it's not like they've been playing out of the back with Sam that often either. Hunter and Central have been so far into Voorhees' half, it kind of renders Sam Fried obsolete because you don't want to have your goalkeeper that high in case it's a mistake, but it's been a very quiet game for Sam Fried. Not because he hasn't done anything, just because he hasn't needed to do anything.
Yep.
But in these types of games as a goalkeeper, it's very common that it's so quiet for so much of the game and there's just one opportunity from Voorhees that really tests the goalkeeper, and it's a matter of if Sam Fried is still tuned into the game at that point. Fran Perez finding Pedro Menendez on the left wing here. First touch a little bit underneath him. Trying to send it into the box low. Unable to find anybody there. Pesha trying to find Matthew Davis there. He flicks it on to Zach Perrin. Perrin. Matthew Davis with a turn. Left footed shot. Good save from Tuvi. That's great link-up play between the two captains, Matthew Davis and Zach Perrin.
Yeah, and besides that goal by Perrin, Devin Tuvi been very solid this game. Another good save there. Matthew Davis with the goal attempt. Going to remain 1-0 with just over 5 minutes left in the first half.
Tuvi with the punt again. Not finding any of the Voorhees players that are up top. Central keeping position again out of the back, like they have done all game and all season. Zerniak finding Perrin. Perrin off the Mayrides on the right wing. Finding Perrin again. Perrin and Mayrides now just combining in the midfield here. Zerniak going to switch the field to Pesha. Pesha back to Zerniak. Zerniak going to try to send it in for Trent Morgante. Central scoop it back up. Perrin now. Just keeping possession. Seems almost like a lack of urgency of Voorhees. They're down 1-0 at the end of the first half. In a semifinal matchup in a tournament. Just seems like there might be a little bit more in the tank that they could give. Trent Morgante, the ball into the box. A little bit too much for Zach Perrin. From Zach Perrin there for Trent Morgante.
Yeah, maybe Voorhees' strategy right now is just to not allow another goal by Hunterdon Central. But I mean, with 4 minutes and little time left in the first half, you have to think maybe they can just go on attack and try to tie it up, especially with the stakes being so high in the semifinals, Callan.
Exactly. And as we see here, we have 2 substitutes coming in, Tyler Rodriguez and Jose Arias. Tyler coming in for Matthew Davis, and Jose Arias coming in for Simon Fayala. Jose playing right wing, Tyler on the left wing. And changing attacking for Hunterdon Central. Trent Morgante played over the top. First ball, unable to find him. Cleared out by Voorhees. Owen Mayratz does a good job to keep possession for Hunterdon Central, just playing Pesha. Zach Perrin now. Gonna just opt to keep possession, playing German Jacinto. German to Fran Perez. Pedro Menendez on the left wing, gonna look to send it with the left foot. Low cross, unable to find anybody. Zach Perrin scoops it up at the top of the box, takes it on with the left foot. Good block from the Voorhees defense. Looked like it had a lot of power on the end of it. Now a great ball into the box. Went to the path of number 14 on Voorhees. It's a 3v1. Fran Perez doing a good job to get in front of it there. Trying to play it back to Sam Freed. A little bit of an easiness in that attack there.
Yeah, number 14, Cole Scherer, he was going really fast, but just lost control of the ball. And you'd have to think, if he didn't lose control of that ball, it could have been a good opportunity for Central. But then, he had a 3-on-1, lost the ball, and now Central right back with it with 3 minutes left.
And that's how dangerous Voorhees can be on that counterattack. All it took was one pass.
Yeah, and you have to think, that they've been so quiet on that counterattack, but they look so good on it.
Exactly. It might just be a strategy of laying so far back that you lull Central to sleep and then exploit them on that counterattack there. The ball in for Jose Arias. Dispossessed. Central throw-in. In the attacking third on the far side. And the pass back from Fran Perez a little bit unorthodox there, as we see Aiden Chendak coming on the field for Pedro Menendez. Aiden Chendak playing in that left back role. Aiden saw some good minutes in the game against Newton in the quarterfinals. Had some good runs into the box. See if he can continue it here. Owen Mayrides coming down the right wing, taking on a defender. Good play from number 11 from Voorhees to defend that, but Owen Mayrides does win the corner for Central. He's going to leave it for Zach Perrin to what I imagine would be an in-swinging ball. Excuse me, he's going to send it in with the right foot now. It's an outswinger. Looking to maybe find Trent Morgante or Fran Perez on the back post. Send it to the box. Tuvi. Good job by him to claim that one. He's going to look to play long like he has all game. Unable to find anybody there.
Yeah, kicks it into midfield, but the only person there, Alessio DeAngelis, and, you have a 3-on-1 against him, so pretty easy for Central to get that back.
Exactly. I would say that if I were in Voorhees' shoes, I would kind of wait for maybe the attack to get set up a little bit more towards the midfield. Now, Owen Mayrides touching to the box a little bit too far. That's going to be a throw in for Hunterdon Central with just under a minute left. Zach Perrin trying to find Jose Arias, the 1-2. Perrin keeping possession. Jacinto playing it on to Perez. Perez on his right foot, takes a shot on. A great save by Tuvi.
Yeah, Tuvi getting right up in the air. He's been very good outside of that one goal by Zach Perrin. He's going to have to continue that in the second half if they want a shot at this game.
It was a good placement from Fran Perez in that shot, but no real power. Looping shot, and Tuvi has a save for the cameras.
But in these final 20 seconds here, we'll see what happens.
Mayride's playing it over top. Tuvi just going to collect that one. 15 seconds left. If they're going to get anything going, it would have to be now, but it doesn't seem like Tuvi or the rest of the Voorhees team is really interested.
Yep, and in the final 10 seconds here, Owen Mayrides with it. Just going to kick it far. And in the last 5 seconds, that is going to do it for the first half of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex semifinals between your Hunterdon Central Red Devils and your Voorhees Vikings. Hunterdon Central leads 1-0 with Zach Perrin with the 1 goal. We will be back to you in the second half with more coverage. As of right now, we will see you soon on Hunterdon Central Television.
And we are back at Stewart Field as we've got the Red Devils with a 1-0 lead over Voorhees in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex semifinals. But tomorrow we've got another semifinal game, and joining us right now is Red Devils girls assistant coach Denise Spina. Coach, welcome up here. I'm sure you guys are excited to be in the position you're at. Let's talk a little bit about the team and kind of how the season has gone so far.
We're doing really great this year. We weren't really sure how the season was going to unfold because, we lost 11 seniors last year, and we have a very heavy junior class, and they've really stepped it up. We've got a few sophomores in the mix as well, and we're just really holding down the fort. I think nobody really gave us any credit coming into the season. We kind of flew under the radar at first, but, we've been on a roll so far, and we hope to keep it going.
Coach, what's it like when you lose a player like Reagan, 100-goal scorer? I realize it's high school sports, right? Things evolve and things change, but that's not a player you can really replace, a 4-year key player who's playing at a high level in college. How was that like? How did the approach change a little bit offensively with Reagan moving on?
Well, when you've got a player like Reagan who's now starting at a D1 level for a school that's ranked, you're right, you're not going to replace her. And, at the beginning, it's sort of like the elephant in the room. No one really wants to address the fact that she's missing and the fact that we all know she's irreplaceable. But at the end of the day, someone's got to step up and fill those shoes. And so we've been making do with what we have. And, we switched up our formation a little bit to try and create more as a team instead of doing what we a lot of times resorted to last year, just giving it to her and letting her work her magic. And so far, it's worked well for us. We've been able to score when we need to score. Our defense has really locked it down, so we haven't had to worry about outscoring people too much. We just get a goal or two and hold on, and it's served us well.
And Coach, another high-level performer we've had with the program that we've been fortunate enough to have in Lexi Dendis, who's going to move on to Division I ranks next year at Middle Tennessee State. How has her game evolved as you've been working with her through the years here at Central?
Lexi's another one who's, she's going to be irreplaceable also just because of her versatility. She was one of our forwards with Reagan last year. And, even though she earned some accolades at the all-state level, she was almost kind of in Reagan's shadow a bit. And this year, she's emerged as our leader. But we've moved her back into the midfield, and I honestly am not sure what we would do without her there. She just runs the show. She does everything you need her to do. She seems to be everywhere all the time. And, we've had instances where we've had to move her to the back sometimes as well. She can play back pretty well, center back if we need her to. And yeah, she's just become a cornerstone of our team for sure.
So you moved her around quite a bit. That's that takes a special quality in a player to be able to adapt to that new position. Do you sense that obviously she's an offensive-minded player, but she's adapted well to those roles, you said, the middle and then in the back?
Yeah, she really has taken the position and run with it. We really needed her to man mark Rutgers Prep's top player the first time we played them this season, and she wasn't really thoroughly comfortable with it at first, but she really did her job. We shut that player down, and she's been solid ever since. We haven't really batted an eye as far as needing to move her after that.
And now we've got the states right around the corner, but first things first, the counties this week. How excited are the girls to be in this spot and then to play the rival North Hunterdon here tomorrow, which, by the way, will be here on the HCTV live stream?
Yeah, the girls always get amped up to play North. They're right down the road. It's always a rival game, I feel like, with the boys and the girls regardless. We played them last year also, and it was a rough game, got a bit physical in the second half. So I'm sure things are going to pick up right where they left off. I have no doubt about that. But the girls always manage to find a lot of energy to play a rival like North.
Coach, lastly, who has maybe emerged that maybe you didn't see during the course of the year in your eyes and in Coach Short's eyes? Maybe somebody that has really kind of made their mark, and I don't want to say came from out of nowhere. Anybody on the roster of this team at this high level is a solid player, but maybe has sort of surprised both you and Coach a little bit.
I think he would probably agree with me on this. No doubt about it. It's Erin Johnston. She's been playing in the midfield for us. And we didn't really pull her up until late last year when we entered the state tournament and the JV season was over, so she didn't really see much time on the field. And going into the season, we weren't even so sure where she was going to fit in. We knew she'd get some time, but she has ended up being a starter for us, and she has been racking up minutes. I mean, we have a hard time even subbing her off the field because she's another one who, like Lexi, just manages to be everywhere all of the time. And she's just been clutch for us in the center midfield.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your stopping by. Again, Red Devils girls will be in semifinal action tomorrow, 4 o'clock, against the arch-rival North Hunterdon Lions right here at Stewart Field. Hopefully you can make it out, but if not, we will have it for you here in the live stream. Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
And we will be back with second half action shortly. Red Devils with a 1-0 lead over Voorhees as we get ready for second half semifinal action.
Welcome back, folks, to Hunterdon Central Television. It is the Hunterdon Warren Sussex County semifinals tournament. The Hunterdon Central Red Devils are currently facing the Voorhees Vikings, and going into the second half, Hunterdon Central has a 1-0 lead on Voorhees, with Central having a goal from Zach Perrin. Now, Callan, from what we saw in the first half, it was a very defensive game for Voorhees, as they were not very heavy on the attack.
Yeah, they sat so far back in their half, around the 30-yard line if you're counting the football marks. And Hunterdon Central just able to play all around that. Unable to really get the chances they really wanted, with the only goal, like you said, coming from Zach Perrin. But it's been a play style that Central have had to adapt to. They've opted to go for more of the long balls than they are used to, which they used to usually play in the midfield a little bit more. But Voorhees, we saw them sit so far back. Let's see if they really change it up, because they are a goal down. They have to get something going on the attack instead of maybe just a ball into Alessio and then praying from there. Let's see how the coach changed some things.
Yeah, Central seemed very relaxed in Voorhees' type of play style. And as for Voorhees, they were playing a very defensive game, but you have Alessio D'Angelo's has been phenomenal for Voorhees with 13 goals. He was really the main one on the midfield. But the problem with that is you have Pecha and Cerniak right there to stop him.
Exactly. They're two very high-skilled center backs. They've come through the Caps and Copa pipeline of players, and they've have immense talent, and it's been great to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Voorhees will play this half.
Right off the bat, Cerniak getting the ball off the long kick from Voorhees. Mayorades playing right back. Got subbed in for Luke Christensen halfway through the first half, and he's been continuing his role there. Pesha. Seems like Voorhees doing exactly what they did in the first half, just sitting back and letting Central play. A little not surprising, but you would expect them to have a little bit more attack in them.
Yeah, especially in this high-stakes of game. We're talking the semifinals. Whoever wins this goes to the finals, so you're definitely going to want to score another goal to tie this up. So we'll see if Voorhees will play this play style for the whole half, but as of right now, it looks like they're sticking to it.
Exactly. Zach Perrin finding Owen Mayreds on the near side. He's going to look to try to connect with somebody in the midfield here. Cuts it back. Just plays Cerniak. Cerniak just playing into the feet of Fran Perez. Aiden Shendak playing at left back. He got subbed in with around 3 minutes left in the first half. He's continuing to play there. Perrin playing with Cerniak. If you're Voorhees right now, it must be very frustrating just not having any time on the ball at the moment. Catan's right now. Good ball in from Zach Perrin. Like I said, leading up to this half, Hunterdon Central just opting to go for more of the long balls than they're used to.
Yeah, and Voorhees goalie Devin Tuve has been very active, having to save a lot, and you have to think eventually maybe the tiredness will get to him. And, if you're Voorhees, you definitely want to kind of not keep him busy and try to get on the attack and try to get something going here.
Exactly. A lot of teams, and I would say, is that a good game is when your goalkeeper has nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Tuve's definitely been busy.
Yeah, and that's what Sam Freed's been doing. He's just not been busy at all for the right reasons. Central's been on the attack the entire time. Sam Freed's, I'm pretty sure he saved at least only like three goal attempts. So yeah, he hasn't been busy at all, and that's great.
That attack there fizzles out. Catan's right, trying to keep it in. Goes out for a goal kick. Tuve opting to go long. Looks like there's a lot more numbers getting up for Voorhees now in these goal kicks. Tuve. Finding number 24 Voorhees. Perez now. Trying to play it back to Pesha. A little bit of a miscommunication, but Pesha cleans it up.
Yeah, it looked like Dylan Devine maybe had something going there, but just good defense by Central to stop it from happening.
And the ball from Pesha looking for Catanzarite just a little bit too far. Doesn't seem like Central is really used to playing these types of long balls themselves. Oh, Mayrides. Good header from him with Alessio pressing. Davis now. Storming down the middle. Doing a good job to put the pressure on the Voorhees defense. Zerniak now going to play Fran. Coming in from center defensive mid. The touch from Simon Fayal. Just a little bit too far, but Central keep possession now. Voorhees trying to defend here. Simon Fayala winning the ball in a dangerous area on the top of the box. Going to look to play in Aiden Chendak, who tries to take it onto his left foot. Unable to do so, losing possession. Fran Perez now winning it back, but gives it away again, and now Alessio. It's a 3v4. Try to slip it into the Voorhees striker number 20. Unable to do so in Pesha. We know he has pace, and he did a good job to cut out the danger there.
Yeah, Pesha and Dylan Devine in a race there, and Pesha just kind of outrunning him and making sure not allowing a goal for Voorhees.
It almost looks like Voorhees is a little bit tired. Dylan Devine just not really continuing to fight for scraps on that ball and behind.
Yeah, and now in the second half, you know, they're going to be more tired, which means if they're going to try to play an attack, yeah, they're going to be more tired, more slow. So you have to think maybe they could have done that in the first half, and this game could be maybe tied perhaps. Exactly,
and I feel like because they're sitting so far back, they're trying to reserve energy. But it's really just a matter of when they're going to start pressing high, because you can only hold your energy for so long.
Yeah, and Central being on attack is a very quick-paced team. So although they're holding back, you know, they'll still take a lot of time. They'll still take a lot of speed to stop Hunterdon Central. So although they're holding back, it could still be tiring.
Exactly. And Central, as we have seen the whole game, not worried at all with just keeping the ball. And here comes Zach Perrin going the 1-2 with Aiden Chendak. A little bit too far ahead of Zach Perrin. No Hunterdon Central being forced to defend here. A good tackle by Zerniak, winning it off of number 14 of Voorhees. And Hunterdon Central winning the throw-in. A crunching challenge from Zerniak. Mayrad's going to find Zach Perrin, who has space to turn. Plays it back to Zerniak instead. Zerniak to Pesha. Voorhees once again sitting back. Pesha just going to switch the ball to Zerniak again. Central doing a good job at just not forcing passes, but instead just moving it around, seeing what opens up, and playing only then. Zerniak trying to find Catanzarite. Cut out by number 2 of Voorhees. Fran doing a good job at putting pressure on the clearance. It's almost comical seeing how many men Alessio is trying to take on here, but does a good job regardless. Only gets as far as Pesha. Pesha now playing it to Matthew Davis. Davis playing it in Catanzarite's stride. Taking it down the sideline. Can he cut it back? He can. With a cross cut out, and that's going to be a corner kick for Hunterdon Central. Yeah, and with Alessio DeAngelis just going past so many of those Central defenders, you can see why he's such a great player and has 13 goals in the season. He's just so fast. But once again, when you have that many defenders on you, it is hard to get past them. Matthew Davis now sending it into the box. Cut out by Voorhees defense. One back by Michael Pesha. Fran Perez now playing it to Matthew Davis. The touch took his focus off the ball there, and that's going to be a Voorhees throw-in. It's not typically you see a mistake like that from Matthew Davis, but good thing it only happened in Voorhees half the field. Now we have a substitute coming in for Voorhees, number 17 coming in for number 14. Yep, Aiden Dorbert coming in for, I believe, it's Colton Scher. So Dorbert coming in for Scher. Pesha now. Trying to find Zach Perrin. Taking it up through the midfield. Going to connect with Aiden Chendak. Chendak. Finding Zerniak now. Bringing it back into the midfield. Zerniak playing it over the top. Looking for Simon Fayala. Unable to do so, but Katanzarite picks it up. Katanzarite trying to find Fiala again. Shendak now. The touch a little bit too far away from him. Good job by Fran Perez to win it back in the midfield. Hunterdon Central with that relentless pressure. As Davis now tries to turn. Does a good job at doing so. Keeps possession for Central in a dangerous area. Zach Perrin now. Trying to connect with someone. Fiala. Fiala to Pesha. Pesha might try to clip it over the top here. Opposite is leave it to Zerniak. Zerniak to Fran. Coming in from the midfield there. Davis. No space to turn on the ball. Leaves it back to Zerniak. Zerniak leaves it to Fran. Central just lining up outside the box here. Perrin cuts in the inside on his right foot. Looked like he was about to take a shot. Instead, leaves it to Owen Mayrides, who plays it first time, far post. Shendak making that run. Unable to get on the end of it, and that was good build-up play from Hunterdon Central.
Yep, and it's been about 10 minutes in this second half, and, as we thought Voorhees was going to switch to their player style, they haven't. And, Colin, do you think there may be any reasons as to why they haven't?
I'll be honest, they might just be trying to go and continue just looking for that counterattacking option.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are only 1 goal down, so one counterattack that works could change this whole game up. As Hunterdon Central went on the far side. I mean, I would say that Voorhees is still going to opt to go for more of a high-pressing attack, but it's just a matter of when.
Yeah, and when we've seen Voorhees on counterattack, we've seen the potential. They seem to be a very fast team, but we've seen very little of it is the problem. So they're going to have to get, if they continue to play this play style, they're going to have to get on counterattack a little more if they want to tie this game up.
In Shendak, tackle on the far side. He's a little bit walking gingerly as he gets up. Looks like he might get subbed out if it continues. Now Fran Perez coming in on the right side. Going to look to combine with Matthew Davis, who finds Owen Mayrides on the outside. Cuts it into the box. Cleared out by a Voorhees defender. Now Zach Perrin picks up the scraps in the edge of the box. Loves to cut it on that right foot. Does so again, but opts to leave it for Pesha. Pesha now. Squares his body. Look, he's going to go try to play it long, but just leaves it for Zach Perrin. Perrin now. Trying to find Katanzarite, but unable to do so. A little bit of lack of communication there. Now Perez. Going to try to slip in German Jacinto. Unable to do so, but Hunterdon Central once again winning possession back in a dangerous area. German Jacinto with a shot. Just high over the crossbar. A good layoff by Katanzarite there.
Yeah, just high for German Jacinto. German Jacinto has been a very good hustle player for Hunterdon Central, and if you watch these games, you see German just around the whole entire field the entire time. Just a very good hustle player, and just too short for that one. It's going to remain 1-0. Now, just under 30 minutes left in the first half as 10 minutes have passed by.
As Hunterdon Central got set up for that goal kick. Over the top, here comes Simon Fiala, scooped up by Tuvi. And what I was going to say is that Pedro Menendez subbing in for Aiden Chendek at left back. Chendek registering about 13 minutes in this game. He came on with a few minutes left in the first half and played for just around 10 in the second. Looks like he had an injury as he went off there. German Jacinto coming in from that midfield role. Looking to combine with Simon Fayala. Charging into the box, but unable to find the feet of Pedro Menendez. Pesha picking up the ball again around the midfield. Voorhees once again just sitting back. Not really looking to put any high pressure on Central there. Davis is playing it to Zerniak. Zerniak to Perrin. He looks like he's made a big difference this game as he's dropped in from the midfield. Zerniak once again looking visibly frustrated that not enough movement has been being made. Now Katanzarite cutting in on his right foot. Takes it himself, and that's a fantastic goal from Michael Katanzarite. Turning on the defender, getting past one, cutting it on his right, and slotting it.
Yeah, great.
Sorry, slotting it far post.
Yeah, great goal by Michael Katanzarite right there to now make it 2-0 in this game. And now with it being 2-0 with 28 minutes left in the second half, with this play style that Voorhees has played, they've done a great job at it, but now they're probably getting very tired from it. And, especially with Devin Tuve being very active for the entire game, now being down 2-0 with the stakes being very high, Colin, you definitely want to think that Voorhees will adjust their play style.
Goal scored by number 12, Mike Katanzarite.
Hunterdon Central now. Getting back at it. Voorhees with that defensive play style. Hasn't really worked out for them so far. It seems like they're going to have to push a little bit more on the attacker. That's going to be all that's really written for them for this game.
Yeah, as I was just saying, down 2-0 with the stakes being this high, and with Devin Tuve getting probably very tired with all these saves, you're definitely going to want to switch up this play style now.
There we see Alessio with a good piece of skill. He's had good individual moments so far in this game, but his supporting cast hasn't really helped him out, giving him balls in dangerous areas. All he's really gotten is goal kicks and services around the midfield area. Simon Fayal, the touch there a little bit too far out from him, but German Jacinto does a good job to pick up the scraps, and that's going to be a Hunterdon Central throw-in a dangerous area on the far side, taken quickly. Zach Perrin finding Pedro Menendez. The shot with the right foot. A little bit of an audacious effort from around 25 yards out, but if he saw a chance there, he took it.
Yeah, it looks like maybe he was trying to set up on Mayrise there, perhaps get it on his own, just couldn't get it. Nonetheless, 2-0 lead for Hunterdon Central against Voorhees.
And that's going to be a substitution for Voorhees. Looks like number 14 coming on for number 7.
Yep, Colton Scher coming in for Braden Mulrooney.
Tuvi taking the goal kick. Won by Fran Perez. German Jacinto with the ball, going to lay it off to Owen Mayrides. Mayrides finding Catanzarite. Catanzarite looking to slip in Matthew Davis on the right wing. Cuts onto his left foot. Matthew Davis so dangerous. Can use either foot here. Tries to find Zach Perrin. Does a good job to hold it up. Got a triple team, but still held on to the ball there. Jacinto playing Mayrides. Hunterdon Central just looking to switch the field now. Good job of keeping possession as Pesha tries to slip in the box for Perrin. Perrin chested off to Jacinto. Jacinto to Davis. Davis now with his left foot. Cuts it back, just going to find Cerniak again. Cerniak switching it back to Pesha. Hunterdon Central doing a great job of keeping possession here as Pesha started to send it into the box. Miss-hit clearance by number 24 on Voorhees. Not completely cleared out yet as Jacinto takes the ball. Good sliding tackle from number 21 of Voorhees. Now Voorhees could have a chance on the counter-attack, but the touch from number 14, unable to get anything going. That's going to be a Hunterdon Central throwing around half field. Perrin going to take the ball off the throw-in. Sterniak just looking to wait for something to happen here. Voorhees not interested at all at pressing. Gets hands right, comfortable, just taking as much time as he can. 25 minutes left in this contest. Voorhees almost complacent, just not pressing at all. Central. It's almost comedic. Perrin trying to find Fayala. Plays the 1-2. Perrin playing it back. Voorhees. Looks like they're writing the script to their own tragedy with how little they're pressing, and a great ball in for Pedro Menendez. Cuts it onto his right foot, tries to get past the second, but unable to do so. Jacinto winning the ball back, trying to play Catanzarite.
Yeah, and it looks like Pedro Menendez is down there. Don't know how serious that is, but definitely want to hope he's okay. As there is a whistle blown because Menendez
looks in serious pain.
Yeah, that does not look good. You want to hope he's okay, and it looks like they're bringing some people out as we're going to have an injury timeout right here, and we'll be back once this gets taken care of. As we are back here, Pedro Menendez looks like he's getting helped onto the field. We're happy that he is standing on his own 2 feet, as that injury did look serious. You want to hope the best for him, hope he recovers well. But let's get back to the games. There's 24-11 left in the game. Hunterdon Central has a 2-0 lead against the Voorhees Vikings in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex semifinals. The winner of this game will take on the winner of North Hunterdon and Hackettstown in the finals of this tournament. And what have you liked so far from Hunterdon Central, Cal, in this game?
They're comfortable on the ball. They've always been throughout the entire season, and with Voorhees sitting so far back, Hunterdon Central aren't panicking and just trying to find those long balls and feeling like they have to make something happen. They're just comfortable building out of the back, waiting for those opportunities, and it's been working out for them as they're up 2-0. Now Zerniak putting the ball back in play off the drop ball. Finding Pesha, who plays Christensen, who came on for the injured Pedro Menendez. Christensen playing the beginning of the first half. His second stint of play starting now. Zach Perrin dropping in from the midfield, looking to make something happen. Trying to find Catanzarite, who's dropping in from the number 9. Good ball from Christensen, finding someone Fayala. Christensen trying to find Zerniak, but finds Perrin instead. Jacinto finding Pesha. Like I said before, it's almost comical how far back Voorhees are sitting.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense that Voorhees is still sitting so far back. You're down 2-0 in the semifinals with time ticking down. You just got to think they should switch the playstyle up.
I would have to agree. I mean, Simon failed on the ball, but like Hunterdon Central, one of the most comfortable teams on the ball, I would say, in Group 4 in New Jersey. Good ball into the box by Owen Mayrod's going to test the gloves of Tuvi. Hits off the football upright.
Yeah, and now with Central being up 2-0, you have to think that they're getting used to this play style of Voorhees and that they're adjusting to it and getting comfortable. So we'll see what Voorhees can do in these last 20 minutes, but as of right now, it's looking like it's all Central.
I feel like Voorhees' game plan would work for teams that don't really have those individual brilliant players, but Hunterdon Central with Catanzarite with the fast footwork and Matthew making those runs. It's been a penalty, and as Zach Perron runs in the box, a good shot. The follow-up by Simon Fayella, and that's a third goal for Hunterdon Central, but it is going to be offsides.
Yeah, it looks like a third goal for Simon Fayella, but like you said, offsides, yeah. And like you said, yeah, Voorhees' play style could work against a lot of other teams, and I'm sure they thought that going into this game against Hunterdon Central. But Hunterdon Central has, I'm assuming, proved Voorhees wrong because they've played this play style that Voorhees has been playing very well.
Yeah, as Voorhees have really sat back.
Yeah, and they're lucky that's not a 3-0 game. It's, you know, up 3-0 in the second half. It's basically over from there.
Exactly. The next goal is extremely important in a 2-0 game. Simon Fayala with a good piece of individual dribbling, wins a free kick in a good area here. Just around 22 yards out from goal. Looks playing quick. Christensen playing it into the box. To be fair, Voorhees had that defended very well. Now another free kick won by Zach Perrin.
Yeah, Voorhees' defense hasn't necessarily been bad. It's really just the attack that they can't get.
And as they try to find the attack for Voorhees, they've given the ball away so many times that they've been forced to just sit back and defend Hunterdon Central's onslaught of balls into the box. Now Perrin looking to send this one in. Central lining up far post. 2V setting up a wall of about 2 players. Just trying to cut off that angle. Zach with the in-swinger. Looking to go short. Forcing 2V to make a decision, and he scoops it up very well. Looking to find Alessio on the counterattack. Central. And Zerniak just going to play back to Sam Freed.
And you almost forget Sam Freed's there. He has not really had to do anything at all this game.
Exactly.
And that's great that he hasn't, you know. Like I said, no attack for Voorhees, so Sam Freed is sitting comfortable.
And the ball over the top. Headed out by the Voorhees defender, but not too far as Catanzarite picks it up and tries to get past a few Voorhees defenders. Like you said before, yeah, you must forget that Sam Freed's in the game with how little he's had to be on the ball. That might be his first touch of the second half.
Yeah, I think that is his first touch of the second half. As there's now 20 minutes left in the Second half, 20 minutes left in the game, as it is a 2-0 lead for Hunterdon Central against Voorhees.
And a good tackle from Luke Christensen there. Winning the ball back for Central as Davis tries to head it on to Owen Mayrides, who does a great touch. Keeps possession of it. Good job by Mayrides. Looking to play in Simon Fiala. And on his left foot, going to try to cross it back in the box. Gets cut out by the Voorhees defender, and German Jacinto doing a good job at keeping possession of the ball. Zach Parent going to leave it for Jacinto. He does a good job getting past one. He's going to square it to Catan's right. He gets put under pressure by Alessio. Hunterdon Central comfortable on the ball and keeping it in the midfield third. Christensen finding Parent down the left wing here. One-on-one. Gets past the first guy. Squares it for Catan's right. Takes a touch with his right foot. Try to square it on and take a shot, but leaves it for Owen Mayrides. With his left foot, takes it. Good placement, but just not enough power on that left-footed shot from Owen Mayrides.
Yeah, just a little more power, maybe could have got that, but nonetheless going to remain 2-0.
Christensen winning that header. Jacinto doing a fantastic job. He's an absolute workhorse in the midfield. Simon Fiala on the left wing. Taking the shot on.
Ooh.
Not far. Tuvi forced to dive to his left side there.
Yeah, what a goal that would have been to make it 3-0, but let's stay 2-0 once again.
Fantastic play from German Jacinto. Just win that ball back in the midfield and really create that attack.
And as we're looking at this bracket for the Hunterdon Warren Sussex County Tournament, you know, if Hunterdon Central wins this, they can take on the winner North Hunterdon and Hackettstown. And how fitting would it be for a Hunterdon Central North Hunterdon finals? We'll talk about a rivalry, Hunterdon Central North Hunterdon, for them to be in the finals of this tournament. That would be a huge game.
It would be absolutely electric. And in the seasons past, we've played North Hunterdon in the regular season, but this season we haven't been able to. So it feels like a game that
it just has to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It has to happen. It's written in the script.
Yeah, that would just be huge. You know, considering the rivalry that Hunterdon Central and North Hunterdon had for decades, you know, that would be a huge game in the finals, especially being the finals, like the championship game.
Oh, absolutely. Central now, playing on the right wing. Perrin going to leave it for Simon Fiala, who tries to make a run in the box. On the second time of asking, leaves it for Luke Christensen. Christensen going to lay it for Fran, but the pass just a little bit too far ahead, but Alessio's touch. Letting him down as Fran cleans it up. Central now keeping possession in the midfield here. Just over 17 minutes left in the second half. The ball into the box. Claimed by Tuvi. Once again going quick off the goal kick. Mayrides. Trying to keep possession for Hunterdon Central. Does a good job at doing it. Finds Matthew Davis. Good touch from him. Keeping possession of the ball on his left foot. Going to try to play it in. That's a fantastic ball by Simon Fiala, but making the run from an offside position. It was a great idea from Davis. That creativity is definitely what we need and what has really separated Hunterdon Central from Voorhees in this game. Catan's right with the good turn on his defender. Getting past two to score his goal in the second half, and the run from Matthew Davis in the first half to win that penalty. It's really just been individual performances and plays that have really separated Hunterdon Central from Voorhees here. Fran Perez trying to find Simon Fiala. Does, but the touch is a little bit too much on it for Simon. Now Fran Perez winning it back for Hunterdon Central. Owen Mayrides.
Yeah, and you see Voorhees just trying to get on the attack, but they just look tired when they're running. It seems like they just are running out of steam, and you know, you have to think they should have done this counter. They should have been doing the counterattack even more in the first half.
And right there, Catan's right. Getting tackled on that play, but as he was down, the ball came back to him, and he played it while he was on the ground, which is not allowed, but almost nice to see the effort put in by Catan's right, but ref calls it, and it's a Voorhees free kick.
It's just over 15 minutes left in this game.
Voorhees going long. Mayrides winning that ball back. Jacinto finding Davis, who's trying to slip in Catan's right, but a little bit too much on it. And Tuvi goes long off that overshot. Ball into the box for Catan's right.
Yeah, and you have to think Alessio Diaz was getting very annoyed, because I don't think it's crazy to say that the attack has literally just been Alessio versus Zerniak and Pecha.
I would completely agree. It's been almost comical seeing him try to take on four defenders at once. But
Yeah, and he's a phenomenal player looking on paper with 13 goals, but when you have a bunch of central defenders with just one attacker on Voorhees, it's going to be extremely hard to get a goal.
now here comes number 13 going for the long throw-in for Voorhees. And that's going to be a mistake from Zerniak. Try to clear it out after he let it come to the ground, but it touches his hand, and that's going to be a penalty for Voorhees. Really a lifeline from absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and now with this penalty kick for the Voorhees Vikings, this could be their one chance to just get back in this game. With having really nothing on attack and now getting this one opportunity, this could be huge for Voorhees.
That's really what we've been waiting for. The one who gave away the penalty?
What's his number?
20. Sam Fried here could be the hero. Dylan Devine taking this penalty. Could be a lifeline for Voorhees in the semifinal matchup.
Yeah, Dylan Devine on this penalty kick here. If Voorhees wants a shot at this game.
It's over the crossbar.
Yeah, and you can see how disappointed Dylan Devine is because that could have been the only opportunity left in this game for Voorhees to get back in this and just at least have a shot. But now with it just being a little over, this could be all central for the rest of the game.
Exactly. That was Voorhees' best chance by an absolute long shot. The chance off the penalty coming from absolutely nothing from a mishit clearance by Lucas Zerniak. And if this game is going to continue how it's been going, it really seems like there's going to be no real clear-cut chances for Voorhees throughout the rest of this game. Pesha now. Playing it up the field, unable to find a central shirt. And Rich Rizzaler subbed in the midfield. And that's going to be a foul on Matthew Davis. Seems like that missed penalty, though, has lit the fire underneath Voorhees' feet, forcing him to really get something going here. Seems like there's more energy in their attack at the moment.
Yeah, and with more energy, with only 13 minutes left, this should have had this energy earlier on because now it's going to be very hard. You score one goal, you're down 2-1, but with minimal time left, it's going to be very hard to tie the game.
Exactly. It might be a little bit too late for them here. As Tuvi from midfield sends it into the box. A good run by number 24. Flicks it up. The header from the Voorhees striker, unable to connect with it. And that's a foul from number 13 on Voorhees. That's a yellow card.
Yep, Zeke Hanley, the foul, as he's coming out of the game.
He's going to be subbed off for number 14. As in high school soccer, if you get a yellow card, you have to be subbed off for at least a minute or two.
Yep, number 13, Zeke Hanley coming out for a minute or two. So he has a foul there. And, Voorhees was on the attack. And it looked like finally maybe they'll be on attack for a while. And now with that penalty, looking like Central will get it right back.
Exactly, and this long pause, as number 13 did get a yellow card, it really slows down the momentum that Voorhees was really riding on. And as I said, that Alex Hain coming in for Michael Catanzarite as the number 9 as the striker.
Yeah, Michael Catanzarite getting the second goal of the game for Hunterdon Central. He's been a very solid player this game. And Perron having the 2 goals.
Parent trying to build something for Hunterdon Central. Pesha going long. Nothing really there for Alex Hain as Tuvi lets this one into his box. Picks it up. Good play from the keeper. Alex Hain getting his first minutes in the second half. He started the game for Central. Played for just over half of the first 40 minutes. Davis with a good winner. Win on that header there. Hain, we're going to bring it down. Trying to leave it for Rich Bazaler. Unable to find him. And the combination between the Voorhees players and the defensive third, unable to get anything out of it, and that's going to be a Hunterdon Central throw-in. Voorhees. Seems like they had a little bit of a spark after that missed penalty, but it seems like that spark has died down, and Hunterdon Central doing just like what they've done all game, keeping possession. But Voorhees, it's nice to see them press a little bit higher on the defensive side here. Doing a good job to win it back. Seems like Central not really used to seeing this high of a Voorhees line. Christensen gonna find Rich Bazaler on the throw-in.
Yeah, now with 12 minutes left, if you're Hunterdon Central, you just want to play this really safe. You know, of course, you don't want to allow any goals, but you definitely want to play perhaps maybe a slower game with minimal time being up 2-0.
Exactly, but it looks like Hunterdon Central here on the attack. Might just try to finish off the game as they bring it up the field, really stopping any Voorhees pressing.
Yeah, perhaps trying to maybe see if you can get another goal just to ice the game out, make it 3-0, have no shot of Voorhees coming back.
Exactly. And Voorhees now, with just under 10 minutes, finally pressing high, but a good defensive effort from Zerniak to make up for his blushes on that pass there. Mayrads and Richard Zoller doing a good job at winning the ball back for Central. But Voorhees won it right back, but the ball into the box.
Yeah, and just no one there. And it looks like Alicio D'Angelo's very upset there, as he should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I was in Alicio in his position here, I would be frustrated having Central being the team 2 years in a row that caused Voorhees to get out of the tournament.
Yeah, and you can't really blame Alicio D'Angelos in this situation because he's really been one of the only people on the attack, you know, with Voorhees all being on defense and then Alicio being in the midfield. It's kind of hard for him to do anything.
Pesha going to play back to Sam Freed. One of the very few times he's been on the ball this game.
Yeah, that could be his first kick of the game, to be honest.
Definitely his first kick to the midfield. Good play by Richard Zoller to get the ball back.
And just over 10 minutes left in the game.
Ooh, Fran Perez with a great touch to win it for Hunterdon Central. He's going to try to find the left back of Hunterdon Central as they keep possession here. Parent finds Perez. Perez to Bazalar. Bazalar looking to make something happen here. Going to leave it for Mayrads on the right wing. Mayrads cutting in on his left foot. We saw him take a shot from there before. Now Parent, top of the box, going to leave it onto his right foot. Gets past one. His shot blocked. But Alex Hain,
yeah,
trying to make a run into the box there off the block shot from Zach Perrin, but cleaned it up by Tuvi.
It could have been like the third game in a row for a goal with Alex Hain right there, but nothing good there.
Exactly, Alex Hain definitely in a good run of form. Fran Perez wins a header there. A little bit like popcorn in the midfield here. Alessio, good cutback. Going to leave it for number 17 on the left wing. Mayrad's going to have to defend here. Does a fantastic job at doing just that. Now connecting with Davis, who gets fouled by number 14. Davis, a fantastic hold-up player.
Yep.
Facing away from goal.
Colton Share with the foul there. Matthew Davis. As the time runs down, looks like Central is going to win this 2-0. And they are going to face the winner of either North Hunterdon or Hackettstown. As mentioned earlier, it would be crazy if there was a North Hunterdon and Hunterdon Central finals, but that game, we'll see who wins that later.
Now Hunterdon Central, once again keeping possession. Voorhees pressing a lot higher than they have in the entire game. If I was the Voorhees coach, I would be a little bit frustrated, as it seems like Hunterdon Central, whether they sit back or press high, it seems like they're comfortable regardless. Now Matthew Davis taking it all the way down the corner himself. Might just be wasting time, but does a great job of getting Hunterdon Central forward. Zach Perrin now at the top of the box. Going to take a long effort himself off the football uprights. A great effort, just a little bit too high. Tuvi just getting pelted with shots this game. Has been doing very well the majority of them. Only a penalty and a great shot from Catanzaro getting past him so far tonight. Rich Bazalar off the goal kick. Sends the ball in for Alex Hain. But a great job from the defender. And Alex Hain fouling.
Zeke Hanley.
Zeke Hanley doing a great job there on defense. Just stopping any chance for Alex Hain. And that's going to be a yellow card for number 24 for dissent against the ref for Voorhees.
Yep. Excuse me for pronouncing this wrong. Tice Pendergast Fisher is the penalty on him, number 24.
He got a yellow card. Not even in the play that was happening. Ref might have heard something there. And that leaves number 16 for Voorhees to come in the center mid role.
Number 16, Roman Irvin, coming in for Voorhees.
And Tuvi mishits that kick. First one of those he's missed it all day. Now Davis on the right wing. Going to let that one go out. It's going to be Hunter Central throwing. Looking to find Rich Bazzaler. He lets it go across his body. Finding Zach Parent. Parent to Christensen on the left side. Christensen to Mayer. This time with Fiala on the left wing. A great bit of skill to get past his man. On his right foot, cuts it in far post. Davis with the header.
Ooh.
Just wide. Fantastic play by Simon Fiala on the left wing.
Yeah, it looked like Davis maybe could set up Alex Hayne there, but just wide, like you said. And now with 6:30 left in the game, it's very little time. Let's see if Voorhees can do anything here.
In a 2-0 game, it's always uncomfortable just knowing that if the team that's down gets one more goal, they're right back in it. But if we could get one more goal to steal this game, it would be much more comfortable. As Tuvi takes the goal kick. Trying to find number 24 on Voorhees. Does so. And a ball over the top. Cut out by Zerniak, but left for the Voorhees number 20. And a good job from Luke Christensen to track back there and win the ball back for Central. And that's going to be a throw-in for Voorhees on the far side. They got just over 5 minutes to get anything going here. They look to play the throw-in very quickly as Alessio down the right wing. Christensen defending him does a great job at doing just that. And Perrin now.
Yeah, and it's really just the same scenario again. You got these two defenders around Alessio with no one really else on Voorhees around him. So, yeah, it's just been hard on Alessio all game, just trying to get something, but just can't.
Exactly. It just looks like Voorhees is depending on the magic of Alessio, but he has nothing left in his hat.
Yeah, and I'm sure Alessio is not used to this play style as well, so it's definitely very different for him with Central being used to the play, being adjusted to the play style that Voorhees has in this game.
And a ball into Alex Haynes' run, cut out by Tuvi, far off his line.
5 minutes left in the game.
Simon Fiala trying to find the right wing, Matthew Davis. And it's a foul on Hunter and Central. Fran Perez putting two hands on the back of Alessio. Hunter and Central having to defend this free kick from around 50 yards out from goal. Just past the halfway line in Central's half. Looks like number 17 of Voorhees is going to take this one. 2V opting out. It's too far for him to take it. Voorhees now going to send this one into the box. The near side looks to be uncovered. Great play by Matthew Davis. The one-man wall doing enough to stop that ball into the box.
Yeah, and fun fact, last year this Hunterdon Central team once again went to the Hunterdon County Sussex Finals. Excuse me, right here. Good play here.
Alex Hayne coming down the right wing. The initial chance getting cut out.
Yeah, as I was saying, they went to the finals last year in this tournament and they won, beating Newton 3-1. They just beat Newton in the quarterfinals. I believe it was 4-0. It was. So now going to the finals for the second year in a row is definitely a big accomplishment for the Red Devils.
Exactly, and I feel like a lot of these upperclassmen on this team, these seniors, have an expectation of this team to really make it to the final every year. And with this game being 2-0, could possibly be 3 off this chance. It just seems like all part of the day's work. As Davis send this one low with the left foot. Perrin going to take it first time. Shot blocked. Davis going to send this one back in with the right foot. Sends it low. Left for Fran Perez. Takes it with the left foot. Shot blocked. As it continues to be Hunter Central's ball. As the time ticks down, just over 3 minutes left in this game. Jacinto leaving it for Perez. Perez back to Jacinto. Jacinto going to play Zerniak a little bit of a ball up in the air. A little bit difficult for him to control. Sam, I would imagine, going to play the outside back on Mayrad's. Mayrad's going to leave it for Matthew Davis. Good play by him. Davis trying to win the ball back. That's going to be 100 Central throwing.
Now 3 minutes left in this game. Central just icing out the game and taking as much time as they can.
Mayrod's going to find Perez in the midfield. Could they get one last goal here? Perez leaving it for Perrin. Perrin back to Perez. Running up the left wing here. Back to Perrin. Perrin finding Hain. Making a run from the center out to the left wing. Doing a good job to keep it in Voorhees half as they have a throw in their defensive third. Just over 2 minutes left in this game as number 17 from Voorhees gets subbed out for number 4.
And as Hunterdon Central moves on to the finals, Colin, what have you liked from this game? What have you liked from this game of Hunterdon Central, and what do you think the main reason is that they've won?
I've really enjoyed seeing Hunterdon Central's ability to adapt to Voorhees' play style. They've sat so far back for the majority of the game. Hunterdon Central really just being able to play into that, as we've seen all season. They've been comfortable having possession, not really forcing any attacks they can't really get with a low chance. And here comes Owen Mayrides on the right side.
Yeah, and as
you can see, Hunterdon Central, they're just comfortable on the ball, just able to switch the field.
Yeah, and that's for Voorhees. This is still a very good team. They'll advance to 9 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. So definitely still a very competitive team. I think they just were not expecting Central to adapt to their play style, but nonetheless, they'll still be very good. They'll still have good seeding in the playoffs. Definitely not over for them yet.
And that's going to be just over a minute left in this game. Sam Freed letting the ball roll out of bounds.
Yeah, Sam Freed, talk about being invisible for this entire game, as he has not had to do anything this game, as there has really been no attack for Voorhees, so he has sat pretty, and that's great. You want your goalie to not really have to make a lot of saves. You want your attack to be very good, and that's what's happened this entire game. Central's been on attack, I would say, like 95% of the game.
Exactly. 2v now, with just under a minute left. He sends that one into the box. That's going to be a Voorhees throw-in. Voorhees sitting back for the majority of the game. When they did finally start pressing, it was too little too late, as they haven't really had any chances besides really the penalty kick and a shot in the first half. Alessio winning the free kick. This is really Voorhees' last chance here to get a consolation goal.
Yeah, these final 20 seconds here, and now for Voorhees, you're just trying to get something here.
2v, the goalkeeper making a run into the box here. Shot.
And gonna hit the crossbar.
Way off target.
And in the final 10 seconds of this game, Hunterdon Central is going to beat the Voorhees Vikings in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex semifinals 2-0. Hunterdon Central, the 1 seed, will advance to 11 wins, 2 losses. The Voorhees Vikings, the 4 seed, will advance to 9 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. Hunterdon Central will advance to the finals to take on the winner of North Hunterdon and Hackettstown. Going to the finals for the 2nd year in a row in this tournament. Stay tuned for a post-game interview with Hunterdon Central Red Devils junior Michael Cantanzarite scoring one of the goals, Zamperon beating the other, but stay tuned for a post-game interview. I'm here with junior Red Devil Michael Cantanzarite scoring a goal against Voorhees Vikings 2-0 to advance to the finals in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament. Michael, you guys played Voorhees last year in the semifinals, and you guys beat them once again. Now advancing to the finals for the 2nd year in a row, and now you being on the varsity team, what is it like to advance to the finals in this tournament for the 2nd year in a row?
Well, so at the start of the game, we knew we had to get the win for our seniors. Thomas Shriver obviously injured, so I knew I had to step it up for the team, all of us. And in the beginning, it was a little worrisome because they were camping back towards defense, but we kept moving the ball and kept playing, and we eventually got ourselves a goal. And then I knew I had to get another one to keep the team for a secured win, and I scored. And that's just a really good moment on varsity.
So now with you guys advancing to the finals, you guys will play the winner of North Hunterdon and Hackettstown. But now with the potential of a North Hunterdon and Hunterdon Central game in the finals, that would be huge, with it being a huge rivalry. How would that be for the team to play North Hunterdon in the finals in such a huge stakes game?
Well, I already said this 3 weeks ago. I want North in the final. I love a rivalry, and I love a good rivalry, and I'd love to play those players. I know a few kids on that team, and I think us winning that against our rivals would be like one of the greatest feelings ever from soccer for me.
You guys are on a roll. 11 wins, 2 losses. You guys look unstoppable. How has the team chemistry been throughout that season? How have you guys bonded really well?
The team chemistry has been phenomenal since the summer. I just knew this team was going to be special. Even Coach John said it before he left, and honestly, I could see it on the pitch and off the pitch. We enjoy everything we do, in and out, and I think it's showing on the field for our wins.
Yeah, once again, another great performance from Red Devils junior Michael Gantans, right? We want to thank everyone for tuning in. We want to thank everyone for making this happen. Thank you for watching Hunterdon Central Television.